Yeah. Honey, this is your husband? Joe? Your husband? Yeah. Honey, I'm gonna be late for dinner tonight. Okay, guys, I threw you a curveball. I am in Leadville, Colorado, and this is just breathtaking scenery out here. And it's hard for me to breathe because I'm at 10,200 feet elevation. And I am here with my good friend, Kyle Crawford. He is the owner of
MK.
he is the owner of MK High Country Firewood.
Yes.
All right. I met you at the Paul Bunyan show, right?
Yes.
Well, I met you through Oli, who is the owner of VPAK, which is why I'm also out here, because we got some really cool stuff to show you guys. But when I was talking with Oli, he says, you need to get out there and see Kyle. And holy mackerel. This is firewood production that I've never seen before. We're at high elevation, and let's turn this way here. We're in the Rockies, and I don't see any trees. And you're running a firewood company out here. Kyle, you have a very large bagged firewood operation right out here. So tell us about your bagged firewood.
Yeah, we sell bagged firewood to all the stores and campgrounds locally. We started out about 10 years ago with duct tape firewood bundles. So we moved from that to the hand crank wrapping machines, and eventually we outgrew those as well.
All right, so you are using the Vpack. And guys, you might have seen some of these. I had one on my Facebook page, but we're going to get to it. It's in this new building that they had built. Here in this building, that's a new building. It's still not finished, but it's darn close to being finished. And this is the wood yard with all of his logs. And we're going to learn a little bit about firewooding at altitude out here in Colorado, because you have rules that you got to follow about keeping your wood supply separated from the others. You can't have it all in one location.
Correct.
They're very sensitive about forest fires out here.
Yes.
Or wildfires, I guess, because there's really no trees. So tell us what's going on with that.
Yeah, so we're getting ready to bring in a whole lot of logs up here to the mountains. And we're going to stagger them accordingly so we can have some space breaks in between them. We're also going to be installing a 6,000-gallon water cistern just for safety reasons.
Yeah. And I see you have a processor.
Yes, sir.
So this is where you're making your wood with this?
Yes, correct.
All right, can we go on down here and take a look at it?
Let's take a walk.
All right. But this is a brute force processor?
1824 diesel.
All right, this is a diesel, and this is your sole producer for firewood?
Yes.
Okay. But you are also in an expansion mode, so you're looking at increasing your ability to make firewood.
Yes, that's
So
correct.
we're going to leave all that as a suspense right now, because he's looking at a number of different machines, some that you've heard of. Okay, hold on, I'm out of breath. Yeah, so I'm out here talking. Kyle's acclimated to this elevation, and I am not, and I am out of breath here. I have to stop every now and then to catch my breath. This looks like you've gotten your money's worth out of this brute force.
Yes, it's a brute force 1824 diesel. We put on the cab for wind and heat. It's a bar saw machine, and we have a 10-way wedge on it.
10-way?
Yes.
All right. So what is the lodgepole pine like to work with? Is it split easy, cut easy?
Splits real easy. It's dry wood, so that makes it go pretty quick.
Yeah, I was surprised. It is super duper dry when it comes through, and it's ready to be burnt. And that's why, I worry about like all of the forest still, where these are all still standing. Man, that's a match.
Yes.
It's a matchstick ready to burn up. Yeah, this is just bone dry, guys. Bone dry. And this is what do you call this? Lodgepole Pine.
Lodgepole pine, standing dead beetle kill.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
What other species do you work with?
So we have spruce from time to time. We also have ponderosa pine and some Douglas fir.
Okay. All right. And you are, the wood's processed, goes up the conveyor, and you're using these big bags?
Yeah, so we use the log lift bag. It's a good measurement system as well as a loading tool for us.
You take the big bags up to the big house, and then they go through your VPAK bagging machine.
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right, so Kyle, I'm looking down here. I'm seeing a Kenworth. I see some big bags, and I see a bunch of logs. How about we go down through here? You show us what we got going on.
All right, let's go on down the road.
Here we go. So Kyle, I'm looking at some big bags. This looks to be some 16-inch larger splits. What's going on with this?
So all this wood is reserved for our Colorado Energy Outreach Program. It's
Okay.
a program that we have to get the wood to some people that really need it.
All right. So you aren't just bagging firewood. You got bulk sales and donations that you're doing.
Absolutely.
See a big truck. This is yours?
Yeah, that's my Kenworth.
What do you do with this?
So we use it for picking up logs. We use it for unloading trucks.
So this looks to be a nice looking, you got a crane on it.
Yes, the Serco 10,000.
Oh, wow. Our good friend Log Hauler Jesse runs a Serco, but his doesn't look like this. All right. Nice. So this is your truck, but you use this in the yard, but you say you also haul logs in with it.
Correct.
Okay, you got a trailer that goes with it?
Yeah, we do. We have a Alpine trailer over here.
Okay.
We've been using it more predominantly to unload our friends, the other semi trucks lately, so
All right.
it's a little bit easier not having that trailer on the truck.
Okay. So we're giving you an overview, guys, of the operation and and then we're going to eventually wind up in there. You are originally from Pennsylvania.
Yes, central Pennsylvania.
Out my way. How long have you lived out here in Colorado, Kyle?
I've been up here in Leadville for 10 years now.
10 years? And how long have you been doing firewood?
About 9.5.
What you must have started with a pullin and a pickup. That's what I call
I
it.
absolutely started with the pull-in. They say pull on pro, trees will go.
So did you start in tree service? Is that what it was?
So we started out doing small contracts with the State Forest Service to go out and get some cordwood. We also did a little bit of tree work as well.
All right. So this is your trailer
Yes.
that you pull with the truck.
Correct.
So you are one to go out and get your own trees and bring them back.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then we got, can't breathe here, guys. We have... He's got his stockpiles here. And so when I first got here, I was saying, holy cow, you got your wood spread out all over the place, kind of inefficient. But he said, that's what you got to do.
Right now we're about to bring in 900 semi-loads of wood, so we need to do it real efficiently and organized.
900. So you have big dreams for your firewood business.
Absolutely, and big responsibilities.
Yeah, you are not just playing around here. You got a vision, and I hope that I can bring it all to you here with this video. So we're on top of a mountain, but it's kind of like a big plain out through here, and the wind's really whipping. I'm trying to shield this as much as I can. So Kyle, what are we looking at here? This is not pine.
So we're looking at some mesquite firewood from Texas.
You brought this in from Texas.
All the way from Texas.
All right.
We also have some red oak.
And what are you making, smoking wood out of this? You're going to bag this up, or what's the plan?
So we sell this to restaurants, mostly for cooking, pizzas and, different things like that.
Yeah.
So it burns significantly longer, obviously, than the softwood.
Okay. And we have, what's down here? I see handles. Is this bundled firewood, or what's the deal here?
This is some kiln-dried bundled firewood from a guy named Jarrett that we met out at the Pole Bunyan Show in Ohio.
I've heard of Ohio. Okay, so you bought this where you had this trucked in?
Yes, sir.
What's the plan with that?
It's an interesting concept, having wood that is not common out here in Colorado. So a lot of people enjoy it for ambiance and cooking. And
so those are some eastern hardwoods then?
Yes, correct.
What is it? Probably maple, you think? Ash?
It's some walnut, some ash, a little bit of oak.
and you're going to just sell that as a specialty product, higher price than your normal bag firewood that you're selling.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Okay, so Kyle, I find you to be a fascinating guy. You're young, you got a lot of energy, but you have a vision. You're innovative, and I love innovation in this because you are seriously ramping up. And you dropped a number on me that made my mouth hit the floor. What are your goals now for sales for the calendar 2024?
Okay, so we're looking at producing 50,000 bundles a month and hitting 500,000 bundles in sales this year.
500,000, okay. So you're not there yet, but that's where all of the truckloads of logs that will be coming in.
Yes.
And the machines that we're going to be showing you up here. So we're going to walk on up to the big house, but we also have a big announcement to make for Kyle's business. You are becoming what?
The VPAK USA distributor.
USA. So the big VPAK bagging machines are going to be imported by him, and he's going to be the dealer and the distributor here in not North America, but United States.
United States.
Yeah. So Kyle, we're heading on up here. Now you're sinking a lot of money into this. You are serious. You're not messing around.
Yes.
So tell us all the projects, that the nice floor in here, the building. Tell us what's going on.
So we got ourselves a 40 by 44 warehouse with 14-foot garage doors. We have 8 inches of concrete inside there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's nice to know I got such rich friends that can afford all this.
Well, not everybody shared my enthusiasm over the last decade and working out here in the environment.
Yeah, wow.
Negative 20 degrees.
So we're walking up here to the house, and we're having to stop because I can't breathe. There's no oxygen up here for yours truly. And here we are. You got a nice flag from VPAK. You got this nice barn. I like the colors. And this is, I'm so jealous of these kind of buildings. This is awesome. Congratulations. This is this is just recently built.
It's been a dream in the making for the last 10 years.
And so you still got a long way to go. I mean, you got the footprint, you got the roof up. You want plumbing, your utilities in here, an office, heat.
Insulation.
All of that's to come, huh?
Yes.
All right. So Kyle, tell us what's going on with this building. This is something.
Yeah, so we got a 8-inch thick concrete slab here.
And why did you make that so thick, Kyle?
The weather, some of the machinery we're going to be running in here. Yeah, so then we have a 40 by 44 steel frame building.
All right.
With 14-foot garage doors, so we can pull through the building.
So you'll be bringing, when all of the product is bagged, you'll be bringing your trucks through, and that way you don't have to back them up. They come in one door and out the other. You can just load them up in here.
Yeah, for now we're going to be installing some conveyor systems overhead from the roof.
Yeah.
And so we're just playing around with things a little bit before we start cutting holes in our new building.
Yeah, this is great. Guys, we're looking at a young guy here, Kyle, who started with a pulling and a pickup truck, and your operation is big. You got, I don't know how many acres you got out here of land. How many acres do you
187
have?
acres.
187 acres. So you are leveraged for really scaling your operation. You have some, and we're going to talk about these VPAKs because certainly that's why I'm out here on top of everything else. But he's got 2 of these here. These are very productive. You're leveraged now. You're out of the weather. You got yourself a nice facility, and you're ready to ramp up production. Like you said, you got how many trucks that you got of logs that are coming in?
So we got about 900 to 1,000 semi-loads coming up from Rampart Reservoir out here in Colorado.
So that is a big beetle kill area.
Yes, there's been a lot of fires down there. It's what the government considers a crisis zone.
Yeah.
And so we're going to bring it back to Leadville, which is an economical stimulus zone.
So you're buying the logs off of, I guess, a company who's trucking all the logs out.
Correct.
And they're looking for people to buy them, and you're certainly going to take them. So tell me, the VPAK, I saw this in action at the Paul Bunyan show. And so we're not running it in this video, guys. I'm going to have another video up where we're really going to go in depth to the VPAK. But the bottom line is this is a very productive bagging machine.
Yes. This is made in Norway.
It's made in Norway.
Firewood over in Europe is based more on the 11 to 13 inch size piece of wood. So we cut our wood to 12.5 inches.
All right.
And this allows us to optimize more space on the pallet and stack more bundles on the valuable shelf space at the gas stations.
Okay, that's interesting. So you're saying, so you don't make 16-inch firewood?
No, we make 12.5 inch size wood.
So can these bag 16-inch firewood?
Not currently.
Not current, but they're going to.
We got some big innovations coming in the industry.
Okay, so they're eventually going to be able to bag 16-inch firewood, but you had learned there's actually a benefit for your operation and your distribution to run the 12-inch firewood.
Absolutely.
What's the deal? Tell me about that.
So we used to do 16-inch bundled firewood, and what we found was we could get about 55 units comfortably on a pallet. When we switched to the 12.5 inch wood, we were able to get 84 bundles on that same pallet.
Oh, wow.
So we're usually competing for the windshield wiper and the water shelf space at the gas stations. This allowed us to get more product in that same space. As well as for our custom displays, we're able to fit a lot more units in the bundling.
Interesting. As I had talked about this before, about economy of scale. So people like me, you know, I have a wrapper, and I just wrap my bulk firewood and sell it. So here's what Kyle has gotten figured out. When you talk about volume, you know, he's not looking for bait shops to sell his firewood. He's beyond that now, and he's looking for these big accounts, regional and national retailers, and he's already now trying to think about their distribution.
Yes.
How they can get that product and fit efficiently in their warehouse and then get it put onto the shelves in the store. So that's where this big pivot takes place between like a small-time operator like me and this guy, because he needed a machine that can make that type of bagged firewood, because that is what the retailers that he's going after are looking for.
Yes. For instance, our 7-Elevens that we provide firewood to, the shelf space is very important. So sometimes we'd have to go to the same store twice in the same weekend. By bringing in the 12.5 inch piece, we were able to utilize more units per that shelf space. So
just by selling a smaller, but so the stick is smaller, but the volume that you're selling is still the same.
Correct.
Yeah, so the volume, the bag is longer, but it's narrower. And just that little change has opened up more doors for your sales that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I had spent 22 plus years, you know, like in the retail side. And I'm serious, guys, it is a science for these retailers and packing their trucks and minimizing waste and multiple trips and the fuel savings that you would have.
Absolutely.
Just by changing a stick of firewood down a couple inches.
Yep.
How long, Kyle, have you been running a VPAK?
So we've had this machine for about a year now. It's really innovated the way we do things.
Yeah. And there's two, you've bought a second one now.
So we have a second machine here in the warehouse. That's going to be our demo model that we can take to all the different logging conferences all over the country.
Tell me about the machine. Are they diesel powered, gasoline, electric?
They're 240 phase electric machines. It's a pneumatic system that has a series of photo eye sensors and conveyor belts. There's a hopper down here, and the wood gets agitated in the bottom and brought up the conveyor system. Right here we have a disc cleaner to sort out all the kindling, and then they come down one by one into the packaging chamber. You hit the floor pedal, which is controlled with air,
Yeah.
and it drops the wood right into the bag.
And that's the back saver for the operator.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of the other machines, you need 6 to 8 people to run efficiently. This, we have one person running efficiently.
Once the wood's dumped in the hopper,
Absolutely.
you can just have this person working the controls.
The ideal scenario would be to have a feed system of some sort, whether it be a hopper, conveyor system, a sugar beet style trailer, but to control the flow of the wood into this machine so there's less handling.
Yeah. So Kyle, I got to tell you, I'm impressed. This is, you know, really Colorado is just like Ohio, except for the Rocky Mountains, okay? I'm serious, Kyle, what the heck? I mean, this is what I'm saying, guys, about the firewood industry that I just find so fascinating. It is such a simple industry, and anyone with the desire and the physicality that just wants to just get in here and get your hands dirty can do it. There's something for everyone. And for some guy that just started like that, look where it's taken him. I have never seen a yard this big of firewood before. And I know that there's a bunch of them out there, but I have never seen one for myself, and I'm here. Yeah, so this is fascinating, Kyle. So I'm going to be out here for a couple days, and this is just the beginning. I hope to show you guys some of the nuts and bolts of these VPAK machines, and we'll learn more about Kyle while we're up here. Okay, guys? I hope you enjoy this, and please let us know in the comments. Kyle, you are a subscriber to the channel, aren't you?
Correct.
Yes, okay. So he reads the comments, so you know, if you got any questions, throw them down in there, and I hope that we can show you some cool videos here coming up, guys. All right, everyone, have a great day.